saved us on some next level stuff. Because I
Mm.
remember you talking about Overton Park. That was the first time I was just like really glad that we were gonna have some aid because I think both of us at that point. That was what like mile 16 or something.
That's when it got
Mhm.
hard. Like
Yeah,
after
because
that.
we had saw his sister before that, and that's when I think for
We were
me it
peaking.
started to hurt a little bit.
Yeah, you were hurting. I was
I was
I
like,
was doing great.
yeah,
That was like almost at the halfway point, like
yeah, it's
around
probably like
13
mile
miles.
12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
12, 11, 13, somewhere in there. And I
Mhm.
was feeling good. It's when it finally started to kick in, but it was kind of downhill from there, honestly.
Yeah. Yes. I could tell that too because as I was leaving the park, I was driving away and I saw you guys on the side, on like a sidewalk, or I think I saw just Dylan. Or no, I
Yeah,
saw you,
yeah, yeah.
Trevor. I saw
yeah,
both
you
of
honked.
you. And I honked at you guys, and you guys were like run walking, and I was like, uh oh, they're
We were
losing
like,
Oh,
steam.
hey,
it was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
That was
funny.
like that was like the first wall that we hit. I think everything up until that point was like
that was the
just
wall.
smooth as butter. Like
I
we
never
were
passed
just
the wall after
chilling.
that.
Yeah, no,
You did.
we were just
I
chilling
stayed at
till
the wall.
then. Oh yeah. But so where did you go after that point when you left the park? Because we were in the park forever.
Forever. That's right. The park that was longest part right there. Next was somewhere with your grandparents, Trevor. His grandparents also came to support and ring the bells and be there, but we were there for a long time,
Yeah,
waiting
we
for
were
you
slow.
guys. Cause you guys, yeah, I was
Golly.
getting the text messages from Trevor like dying, like one word answers. I was like, oh no. But yeah, it was at like the 20-mile marker with your grandparents. So
Yeah,
Yeah. So we
that's
can
when
kind of talk
Trevor
about the park,
boomeranged.
Dylan, if you want. For me, the park was
You mean
definitely
hell?
like, yeah, pretty much. Like when we got in there, because you had to do it twice, and it was such a long
Yeah,
route.
it's definitely mental doing it twice. You're
Yeah,
like,
because
here we
you
go
barely
again.
make it through the first one. Because that's when me and Dylan kind of like went into a daze and like lost each other. Was the second time around, wasn't it? Or was
Yeah,
it the
you can't.
first?
You actually went into the park struggling. I was feeling all right, but I was going downhill, and then I was hanging in there for the first round of the park, and then it was starting to hurt about halfway through that first lap, and then right when we hit the second lap, I was like, all right, I'm going to push it this round. And I pushed it just enough to where I didn't have any more push in me the rest of the race. I didn't have anything left. That was it.
Yeah,
And it was
because
like super slow pace.
I lost you for a while. I could see you. You got like way ahead. This is when we were on the outskirts
Yeah,
of
that's
the
that's when I'm
park.
that's what I'm talking about when I pushed it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna cruise right here because I can't do much more. But I'm gonna catch him eventually.
Well,
When he starts walking, I'm gonna just keep going,
yeah, you
and then I'll catch him.
always like take off and then I catch up somehow, and then so I was like, all right, well, I'm just gonna take off right now because he's struggling bad, and I feel like I could push right here, just make a push, and maybe I can gain momentum. And it didn't work. I got through my mile that I set to run, and then Trevor caught up, and then he passed me. Like I stopped to fix my shoes, and like I almost never saw him again. Like I struggled. I think we walked another mile right there because it was like the whole mile I was struggling to
Yeah, we
catch up with
walked
him.
for 2 miles, like at
Yeah, I
one
was
point
looking
because we
for
just
you.
could not run it off.
Yeah, I could not run at all. You finally that's right when we got to Mackenzie and your grandparents at the end of the park. And we were you had just stopped walking right before that. I guess you saw them and were like, dang, I can't walk in front of them. You took off,
Mhm.
bro. I was like,
No,
golly,
either
dude dusted me.
I think what it was. Remember that there was that lady. She had like the I don't know. It was just one of the St. Jude things. Looked like a cape, and she was talking to us about. She's like, "Yeah, we're just struggling out here. We got to keep going." I don't even think she was in the race. I think she was just like I don't know, like a helper or something. But I
Hmm.
remember her talking to us, and I was like, "Man, I gotta pick this up a bit. I gotta pick this up a bit." And then it was also, yeah, I didn't want to walk in front of them. I was
Yeah.
also just really excited to see them at
Yeah.
that point.
It was sweet. Was that the lady though who gave you the salt, or the who was that?
No, I wish I would have took down her number because she left me in the dust.
Mm.
No, but that is a good point to bring up. There was this one point where my hamstrings were cramping or no, my quads were cramping so bad. I was just laying on the side of the road trying to stretch them out, and this lady just comes up. She's like, "Do you need some salt?" And I was like, "I'll take anything right now." And then she gave it to me. And that really helped. But
Trevor saw Mackenzie and his testosterone went up,
boom.
and he took off.
Oh gosh. I know we were excited.
Yeah, y'all were waiting there for a while, but kind of